Hey, what's up guys, it's Ghetto's Kitchen, and as you can see on my channel, I have a good amount of Roy related content, and he's front and center in my ending card. So today I'm going to talk about why I main Roy, and it's for a couple of reasons, so let's get right into it. So I actually wanted to start by talking about the character of Roy, who, if you didn't know, made his first appearance in Super Smash Bros. Melee, and not a Fire Emblem game. And as for the Fire Emblem game that he starred in, Sword of Seals, or as some people simply call it, Fire Emblem 6, which came out about 200 days after Melee, he was this brave, headstrong protagonist leading an army of anime boys and girls on a trip across feudal dragon-ridden Europe at age 15 because his dad caught the flu, which, to be fair, is kind of a death sentence at that point in time. But enough of the Roy biography, let's get into why he is my main. We gotta start at Super Smash Bros. Melee, and this was the first Smash Bros. Game that I played, and I got it around 2006 when I was about 7 or 8 years old, and man, I played the hell out of that game, and I still do to this day. I even played it recently and I've lost a bit of a step, but let's not talk about that. But of course, like anyone else, I had no idea who Marth, Roy, or Fire Emblem were, why they spoke this foreign language that I could not understand, and why they did not put subtitles in the game. Why, Nintendo, why? But they look cool, and Roy had this cool ass gold palette swap, and they were fun as hell to play as. And as a kid, Roy feels so good to play as. Like, his neutral B feels like a cannon blasting anyone brave enough to approach me in an array of fire and smoke. Jeez, that felt good to say. And you know, how you play as Roy pretty much mirrored how I play most video games, because in any game, if I have the choice between going in silent or getting up close and personal, 9 out of 10 times, I'm just gonna go in there and fight whoever I have to. I don't care if I trip every alarm system in the way. And that's how you play as Roy. He only has his approach. And that's because his sword is very, very, very dumb. And that's because all the damage of Roy's sword is concentrated towards the base of it, or the hilt. And that's in opposition to Marth's blade, which works like a fence. I don't know what you call them, fencing things that you use to fence with. I'm pretty sure, well, his sword is called the falchion. But all the damage is concentrated at the tip, so you can like use the sword to poke at your enemies, all nice and clean like. Point is, you play Roy up close, brutish, and personal, and I like to play things brutish, up close, and personal. I was an offensive lineman. I know how it feels to be the big solid object. Okay, now moving on through the years and towards Brawl, the new Smash Bros. Game, and there's no sign of Roy. I actually was in denial, and on top of that, I'd never heard of Kid Icarus or Pit, so when I saw this spiky-haired character, I thought that Pit was just a dead Roy, you know, because wings. But in reality, he was the guy that was replacing our boy. I later found out that Roy wasn't even going to be in Brawl, so I decided to skip over that entry in the franchise entirely, which I will admit was a mistake because I missed out on Brawl in my youth, and I missed out on Suspect's Emissary, which was this cool crossover story mode type game. Because of my bias for having Roy in the game, which I will admit was pretty strong at the time, and still is. And so time continues to pass, and I'm a teenager now, and the only interactions I've had with Smash is still playing Melee and passing. And this new Smash Bros. Game is coming out for Wii U and 3DS, and we get even more Fire Emblem characters like Robin and Lucina, yay! But there's still no Roy, and at this point I'm thinking, well, I guess we'll never get Roy in a game ever again. My boy is gone. He's gone. And at the time, I didn't have a Wii U or 3DS either, so it didn't even matter to me. And I later found out about the competitive Melee community, which honestly, if you've ever seen competitive Melee, it's some of the craziest shit you could ever witness in fighting games, in my opinion. So whatever, I get back into Melee, and you know, I want to use my boy Roy, but unfortunately I found out he is god-awful in that game, and even right now I still think he is god-awful. I main Marth because I do enjoy winning. I do like to remain competitive. So later in time, I never saw this coming, but Roy got announced as DLC for Smash 4, and I am one happy ass boy. We finally got our boy back, and I have a 3DS now, so I can play as Roy. Never got a Wii U. You know, in this game, he's still great. He's not even that. He's okay, but I don't care. I main him hard, and I still main him in Ultimate. I would even say that right now, he's at his peak. There's never been a better time to be a Roy main. So why don't you come join me and help me lead the Roy Uprising for a new Sword of Seals remake. But hey yo, who's your favorite Smash character? Let me know. Thanks for watching. I'm Ghetto's Kitchen, and I'm out.